Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Quarter One Watch List preview. I had to slow down to make sure I got that right. um, Here's my watch list. You see, I have inside quarters for Caterpillar, Chipotle, Morgan Stanley, and then two up, two down potential reversals: Facebook, Starbucks, and two up. I think I said that last one backwards. Put two up, two down um, potential reversals on Netflix. So let's take a look here and see what we have. First is Caterpillar. If we go to the year, see Caterpillar's. It started out the year strong. It's kind of sold off. When we look at the quarter's kind of bounced back up. So towards the end of the year, we started to come back up a little bit, and then looks like maybe faded towards the end of the year. But we're looking for a break over 216.47, and then we're going to go down to the monthly to pick up some targets here. Right here is our trigger. Right here is target 1 at 223.76. And I went ahead down to the weekly on this one. You don't really need to, but I went to the weekly on this one to pick up target 2 at 244.05 and then target 3 at 246.69. Keep an eye on the top of the broadening formation up there. We may potentially get up to around 280s if we reach the top of the broadening formation. Although we may come up, we may get up to, let's say, 250, pull back a little, and kind of do this stair step. So don't look for it to shoot straight up to the top of the broadening formation. We may have some bounces. It likely will have some bounces in the process. So that's what I have for Caterpillar. And the next is Chipotle. Chipotle, I don't know, however you say it. CMG, let's just call it that. On the year, looking pretty good. We got a nice, no, I shouldn't say nice. We got a kind of a long wick and a long tail. I don't like seeing the wicks and tails, but, we'll see what it does here. There's our quarter. It's an inside, almost a hammer, inside hammerish. Not quite a hammer, but we're looking for a break above 1895.99. And then we drop down to the monthly, and we can pick up, I did the same thing here with the weekly. Pick up a target here at 1936.48 and 1958.55. So those are our two targets we have for Chipotle. If we wanted to draw a broadening formation off of here, which I do recommend, you could do, I usually draw it off the weekly. In fact, let's just go ahead and draw it off the weekly. I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't really draw, I don't usually draw broadening formations off of a yearly chart or a quarterly chart. So I don't know for sure how well they'll work on a weekly chart. We could go off of this outside candle here to here. We could do that on the weekly. If we come to the monthly, we kind of have the same thing there, and then we could do here to here. But I'm just going to take this one off because we already have this one that's going to offer support before this one will. And I don't want to clutter it up too much. Now, if we went to the yearly, that's where it gets tricky. Because to draw it off the yearly, we'd have to draw it here. And then, heck, we're looking, way back here. So I'm not going to put it on a yearly on most charts because usually the year is showing all-time highs on a lot of charts. And you're kind of almost into infinity when you draw your upper broadening formation line. So that's why I don't like doing them off the yearly. And I tried creating like a 5-year chart on here, and I can't figure out, I don't think it'll let me do it. So I was hoping to find like a 3-year, 5-year chart on Thinkorswim. So that's what we're looking at for Chipotle. Morgan Stanley, take a look here. On the year's looking really good. Then you look at the quarter. We got a doji on the quarter, so we don't know which way it's going to go on the quarter. We're inside kind of a spinning top on the month. So we're kind of in no man's land here with Morgan Stanley. That's why it could go either direction. If it breaks to the upside, we need a break over 105.35. The problem is the only target we have is 105.95. Now, you folks that are good with the Fibonacci's, obviously you can do fib extensions and find future targets there. I don't rely on that, so I don't use them. What I would prefer to do is watch the top of the broadening formation, or look for an exit below the 9 SMA on a lower time frame, or a reversal signal on a lower time frame. Now, being as we're using a quarterly, I'd probably go with a weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, we're triggering up here, but by the time we get up there, this 9 SMA may be up here around 102, 103, and it'll continue climbing as the price climbs. So you may be able to use, if we go back, let's go back to the quarter again. Our entries, looking at 105.35 would be our entry. Look down here with the SMA, it's down at 68. So that's why you don't want to use the SMA on the same time frame generally. Now, if you're right here, you can do that. If you're like right at the 9 SMA, you can do that, even right here. But when you're this far away, and that's why I kind of like this to the downside better. But, we go back to the weekly. There's a little bit of chop in here too, and I don't like that either. So I think if this goes anywhere, it's going to come down. So, but I'm giving you the option here if it does want to run to the upside. If we break this, we're real close to all-time highs when it does break. And like I said, use the broadening formation, use reversal on the lower time frames. Now, if we go to the downside, the reason I like this more to the downside, well, I shouldn't say I like it more. The reason I like this more to the downside is because look how far away we are from this SMA. So if we break below 93.88, our first target is all the way down here at 87.58. So we're looking at over $6 to the first target. We come down to the monthly, and let's go to the weekly. Come down to the weekly. We have a target here at 86.95, a target here at 84.22, and we can go further back. We have a target here at 80.75 and another target here at 76.25. That's kind of what I'm looking for on Morgan Stanley. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'll trade this one or not. I don't like trading the banks. Banks and airlines are two I just don't like trading. So I don't know if I'll get into this one or not, but we'll see. I may. Next one will be Facebook. If you look at Facebook, had a pretty good year, kind of pulled back a little bit towards the end. There's the quarter. Now we have a kind of a hammer on the quarter. So let's see if we can break above that hammer at 383 or 353.83, and then come down to the month, and let's actually come down to the week, and let's look for some targets. What I see here is a little gap, not a big gap, just a little one. So target 1 is going to be the start of the gap at 361.03. Target 2 is going to be the gap fill at 361.59. Target 4 is going to be the top of this candle at 381.75. and target 4 is going to be all-time highs at 384.33. So that's Facebook, and this will be a 2 up or 2 down, 2 up reversal. Let me go back and show you that and see what it looks like. 2 down, and then if we break above this, it'll go 2 up. So it's going to be 2 down, 2 up. That's a reversal, and this will be your pivot low off that reversal. So that's what I see for Facebook. Starbucks is the next one. And let's take a look at the year. And notice I always start at the longest time frame first. You want to start the longest time frame. If every time frame is bullish, except for your lowest one, which we'll just say it's a day. Let's say the day is bearish, but every other time frame, longer time frame is bullish. You might want to stay away from that trade. Wait till that daily bearish signal reverses back to bullish, and that would be a better entry. I'm not saying you can't scalp it and make some money on it. It's just riskier. So Starbucks, kind of it's not really a spinning top, but it's not a real pretty candle either on the year. And on the quarter, that's not a hammer candle. The body's too big to be a hammer candle. The body in relation to the tail is too big to be a hammer candle. Now, if this tail came all the way down to here, then yeah, it would be a hammer. But technically, the tail has to be twice as long as the body, twice the size of the body to be a hammer from a technical standpoint. So you're looking for a break above this candle. That would give you a 2-2 reversal back to the upside. The trigger is 117.49, and then we come down. Let's take a look at there's the month. Go down and take a look at the week. And if you look at the month, we see we're kind of going green again on the month after a couple of weak months. Come down to the weekly, and here's our trigger to enter. Target 1 is going to be 120.15, and target 2 is going to be 120.76. Target 3 is 122.98. Target 4, I put it at 126.16. All-time highs is 126.32. It's close enough. This high of this candle is 126.16. That's why I put it there. I always sell a little bit before the target, so my target's going to be 126.16. I'm not worried about this extra 16 cents here. So I'd rather get out with profit than to try to push it and catch those last couple cents. So that's what I'm looking at on Starbucks. On Netflix, okay, Netflix, take a look at the year. Kind of like similar to what we just saw in Starbucks. It's not a spinning top, but it's not a real pretty candle. We have a shooter on the quarter. You look at the month. The month hasn't been too pretty lately. Look at the week. Week hasn't been too pretty. It tried to bounce here, but looks like maybe it's losing momentum again. So I'm looking at Netflix to the downside here. So here's our quarter. We have our shooting star, below 581.74 is our entry, and we come down here and we pick up some targets. This is the monthly. You see we're pretty weak on the monthly also. We go to the weekly. Let's find some targets here. Target 1 is going to be right here at this pivot low at 568.08. Target 2 is going to be this low here at 556.45. Target 3 is down here at 543.74. Target 4 is at 512.30. Target 5 is at 507.20. Now you can continue going down and pick up more targets along the way. If you look at it, if you look at this on the quarterly, what would be our magnitude on this trade? Our magnitude is the low of this candle, 502.70, or actually 504.66. 504.66 is our magnitude. So we come back here. I actually missed one because I thought I was actually at the low. So 466 is right here. So we could put another target here, another target here. This would be the magnitude for that trade. I'm not going to edit this to put it on there. Like I said, when I get close enough, if I can get a $70 trade, I don't care about that last $3. I'll take it here. So that's it for the quarterly. Again, here it is. I'm going to do the yearly video next, and it's going to be a little bit longer because it's a pretty lengthy list, and the reason for that is because it's for a whole entire year. They may all trigger in January. You might not have some of them trigger for 6 months, 8 months. And I like the setups I'm seeing on them. So that's what I'm looking at there. And thanks for watching. I'm going to do the yearly video right now. And see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.